you get to Geneva, there's half pipes there, there's like good terrain parks. Are you just going and kind of freeballing it and just going for it and coming up with things on your own? Or at this point, are you like watching other people? How did you learn or figure out like, ooh, I want to try this or I want to try that?
So my dad was a mechanical engineer. So he like was like a physics genius,
I
right?
love this. This is right up my alley.
So like, like we see other kids doing tricks. And I feel like when I first started snowboarding and my dad would do a little bit of research, and then first person he thinks about is like Shaun White, right? Like that Shaun White was like at his peak when I like kind of was starting. So like we'd watch a bunch of his tricks, right? And then we're like, okay, that kind of opened the door like some like women snowboarders, because we didn't know anything about snowboarding when we first started. So like I was like, we were just like completely running in the dark. And so we find some like women snowboarders. So at the time it was like Gretchen Bleiler, Hannah Teeter, Kelly Clark, and like I think like my best friend now, Ariel Gold, was like kind of she was like killing it. She was like the dope like 12-year-old at the time, like when I was like 8, or yeah, I think that's right. So I was like, oh my gosh, like Ariel Gold, she's so cool. I actually like was a huge fan of hers. And there were like other girls around my age that were like YouTube famous too that would do tricks. So we had a good amount of resources. But my dad, back to the physics major situation, he would try to like he would analyze the hell out of every single trick. So like anytime I do something, he'd be like, okay, so like try to do this instead of that, because like gravity and like your momentum, like I'm like, I don't know what momentum is, Dad. Like I don't know what I'm doing.
He wasn't giving you little physics like lessons on the side to be like, this is why you should hold your board this way or
Like,
turn your body
yeah.
that way.
But like sometimes he'd be completely wrong. Like when it would snow and the snow's like really heavy, he that thought like I needed to put my weight forward because like that's how you get speed in physics. But like really I needed to lean on my back foot so I would like float on top of the snow and not like dig in and fall. So like there were like funny mistakes he'd make there where like it just didn't make sense to him.
Totally.
But because of his like engineering background, and like we saw tricks that were like possible to do on a snowboard through other people, it was like a really good combination. Like he definitely helped me out a lot.
Yeah, it sounds like he's one of the biggest players in your career, which is
Yeah.
so special.